Hey family, how are you all doing? Look, I did not make an announcement that I was going live today. So, whoever hops on, that's cool. If you're hopping on late, catch the replay. Now that I'm looking at myself, I'm like, holy, let me adjust some stuff. But yeah, I was hopping on because earlier today I made a post in the community, how to start an enrolled agent firm, because sometimes when you are trying to start a firm, um, it can be difficult to know when it's okay to like kind of take a rest. And then it can be difficult to know, like, okay, this is when I need to intensify my marketing efforts. Like, if I want to be successful in quarter one, this is the time right now that I need to establish myself as said expert so that people will reach out to me in quarter one. So the post that I made in the community today was just reminding people, like, yes, I know tax season just ended. Yes, you may be deathly tired. While I do recommend everybody take a break, get that breather, right now is not the time to bury your head and say, I'll get back to it next year. Right now is when the best EA firms of 2025 are going to be made. So it was just encouragement with that. And then for those who were just starting out with their enrolled agent firm, I was making sure that they understood, okay, right now, you are top of mind for people who have tax problems. Why? Because the majority of those folks that have problems probably just missed the tax deadline yesterday, which means that now, in addition to the problem they already have, they have a failure to file penalty that's going to be accruing. They're going to also have the failure to pay penalty that's going to be accruing. So, top of their mind, they know they have this tax situation that they need to take care of. However, what they're doing is burying their head in the sand, saying, I can take care of it later, I'll take care of it later. And what that actually is doing is going to make the problem worse. So, in all actuality, they need you as a tax professional to be available so they can reach out to you to get the help they need. One, to get those filings caught up, because we know they need at least 6 years of tax returns filed, the most recent six filed, so that they can begin negotiating with the IRS. Now, I've had some people where, it's not really a matter of them not being able to pay the bill. They just want to see if they can get some of the penalties and interest removed. Cool. But they need somebody like you to help them navigate that process. So I jumped from 3 people to 15. So if you're on here right now, if you don't know me, my name is Timbaland Bowens and I'm America's favorite EA. And this video today is to help my fellow tax professionals and enrolled agents to get in there this quarter so that they can start getting clients now for fourth quarter and for first quarter. So let me know in the comments where you were at, what's up. I have Mr. Hole. All right. What's up to you, Mr. Hole? I do see I have 11 other people. So let me know if I say this right. I think it's Pagal says hello. Hello to you as well. Thanks for hopping on. For my usual people, like I said, I did not make an announcement that I was going to be getting on today. I wasn't even sure I was going to be getting on today. As you can see, I'm not in my usual place. Um, because I'm tired, right? Usually 10:15 is not an issue for me. I got everything out the door way before the actual deadline. This year, I guess I had the itch to be stressed out because, yeah, I was working last night, still getting returns through. So, Carlos Taylor, hello. Pagal says, how are you? I am doing all right. Have you noticed AI impacts your career at all? So, let me let me say it this way. There is so much AI, artificial intelligence, that is used in the world, like prior to ChatGPT and all the other cool things that are out there right now, right? Um, for me personally, what I have seen with AI in terms of impacting the accounting field, it has made people lazier. So for people who really know like how to do the work, what the actual um, underlying strategy and method are, AI is actually helping them to stand out, because what's happening is there are people who are saying, "Oh yeah, I can do a tax return," right? So, okay, yeah, oh, okay, cool. We might have to talk a little bit off the stream. So it can be very helpful. And if you're just hopping on, I'm answering the question, AI impacting my career. It can be very helpful as far as doing research. So, for example, I have two different tax research tools that I use, and both of them now have AI chatbots. So, where you could before do like a search query, it's more advanced now due to AI. So what I do in my firm is a lot of controversy work. So if somebody is being audited or I need to argue a position as to why the debt should be negotiated. So for me in those research tools, it's very helpful because it helps me get through the Internal Revenue Code faster, especially if I don't have certain parts memorized or know where to go for certain sections. Now, you were talking about building automations and software for accounting. Um, with that, some of the features with AI have definitely been very helpful with like different CRM systems. And for those in the profession, like with the tax portal, again, sometimes efficiency can cause laziness. So, one of the questions I'm often asked by people who are looking to be an enrolled agent or do controversy work like I do is, what software should I use for tax resolution? And I personally do not recommend that people who are just starting out use a software. And it's just because they don't understand the underlying principles of how to negotiate, because the software does it for them. Um, so again, I use software, right? But I also did a certain amount of cases by hand so I would understand how to do it. Kind of like if you think the same concept of being in high school and doing math, and like there was certain like I took trigonometry, pre-calculus, calculus. There are certain things where they didn't want you to actually use a calculator. They wanted you to understand the method and the theory. I think within the accounting profession, AI is kind of becoming like the calculator, but because the world of accounting is so much more broad, it definitely can be a major help to people who already know, like, understand the systems and the methods, but it can be of detriment to someone's career who doesn't understand the underlying methods because they don't know how to check the work and how to ensure that it's actually correct. And when I say it's actually correct, I mean whatever AI is spitting out. So, like, I receive messages and job inquiries from people who have just put a prompt in ChatGPT and then copied and pasted it over. I can tell because one, I'm a writer and I can pick up on the language, like it just the flow of the conversation they're trying to start. And then sometimes I have people who accidentally copy the prompt as well. So let me see. I can't see as well because it's on my phone. So you guys don't judge my forehead. I'm leaning in. So let me scroll up a little bit. Yeah, so Jonathan, I'm actually very interested in the type of software you build. Will you do me a favor? It's not on here. And this is only if you're interested, right? Because I would actually like to have a conversation with you. If you go to americasfavoritea.com, so again, that's America's, so America with an S, and then favorite ea.com, And then if you go on that contact us, if you just send me a message on there and say, hey, I'm the guy from the live who builds automations and software for accounting. I'd love to have a conversation with you because one of the things a lot of people are familiar with the CPA profession, right, but not enrolled agents. And one of the things that makes our designation stand out is that we're credentialed through the IRS, but then also we can do the representation. So you'll see a lot of stuff about like starting a bookkeeping firm, starting a tax and accounting firm, but not necessarily an EA firm. So right now, with me helping other EA start firms, there's some stuff that I would like to see out there that's not quite out there yet. Um, so yeah, I definitely just I'm not pitching anything, just a conversation with you about that. So, Carlos Taylor, I think I said, hey, how are you? But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You might end up getting blocked. Um, Notary World, what's up? I see I got a few other people on here. Yes, Jonathan, definitely you need to understand before outsourcing it because of quality control issues. Um, but I see I got a few other people on. I really was hoping that like my tax pro folks would be on to see if you guys are awake yet, how tax season treated you, like what would you have done differently? I know for myself, this was my last season preparing business returns. And for me, what that's going to look like is I'm not doing any more 1065s, not doing any more 1120Ss, no more 1120s, and I'm no longer doing Schedule C returns, right? So if somebody has a rental property and that's under an LLC, sure, I'll still do that. Um, but yeah, I'm done with that because what I found is in my practice, I have been bottlenecking at tax season because I'm trying to do taxes and do controversy stuff. Because again, I'm getting more controversy clients during tax season now because it's top of mind for those people. So I'm trying to get those back taxes filed. I'm trying to negotiate. And something had to give because the quality of my customer service was going down. So another thing that I realized is the base price for my 1040s hasn't changed since like
Mm-hmm.
2000. So one of the things I'm working on this month is actually updating the price list. We just switched everybody to a new CRM, the um, tax preparation clients. So something I would do differently, making sure everybody is in the same CRM, like it's non-negotiable. Um, Updating the price list, giving people one method of communication versus multiple, just so things can be streamlined. And you heard it here first. This is going to be the first
Mm-hmm.
season in
Mm-hmm.
probably four where I'm going to go ahead and accept new tax preparation clients just because I don't have those business clients anymore. But at the same time, uh, allowing me to still do the controversy work. So let me get in here again. So Michelle says, hi, I'm an entry level preparer following you. Well, welcome, Michelle. Thanks for following me. And for my preparers that are on here following me, if you are only on YouTube, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're interested in starting an enrolled agent firm, I do have a free community at this moment on my website, americasfavoriteea.com, under the groups. Um, this quarter, we're really going to be focused on that. I was able to build my EA firm bootstrapping. Now, I do have public accounting experience. I did work in a CPA firm that had just gone international the first year that I worked there. So I do have a lot of different experience just because they had the money and I was able to be exposed to different things, right? To get that experience. So one of the things I realized with that is that's definitely a privilege amongst enrolled agents and some CPAs as well. And I noticed a gap there where there was nobody helping people to build EA firms. So that's why that community was started. And like I said, right now it's free. If you go to americasfavoriteea.com, go to groups, You click on it. You will have to request to join, so I will review that. But I highly recommend that. There is also an article subscription, and that's where I was going with this, Michelle. Um, with the article subscription, or if you follow me on LinkedIn as well, I do cover different topics that will also help not only with tax representation, but tax preparation as well. Somebody brought that to my attention. They're like, hey, I want to start an EA firm, but you don't really talk about the tax side of things. And that's true. So within my paid community, those EAs do also do tax returns as well, but it's not something that I focus on. They just bring their questions and I answer them. So I am going to be putting out some more content about what it's like to have a tax preparation firm as an enrolled agent. Then also on this channel, doing some videos about different basic forms that would be helpful at the entry level as well. So Notary World says, I keep saying that it's easy to get a job as an EA. I think it's getting easier, and I say that in that way because a lot of people don't know what an EA is if you are outside of the tax world. But the designation is being pushed more because people are swaying away from the CPA designation. Um, Due to different state requirements like the education requirement, the experience requirement. But it's definitely easy to start your own business as an enrolled agent. And, well, let me go back. Easy is a relative, right? But it's not too difficult. There aren't as many barriers to entry. So Carlos says, I'm trying to become an enrolled agent, just trying to figure out what study material to use before the next season. Started studying for 23-24, but there's a new book for 24-25. So yes, my brother, you need to get this done before February of 2025. So personally, I use Passkey, which is now licensed. Now Hawk International has the license to that. I don't know if you're a first timer on here or if you're already subscribed. I always recommend Hawk hands down. I believe it wasn't earlier this month, it was last month. I did my own personal review on Hawk International. I'll tell you now, I like it, but I share some of the features that I like about it. And then also on this channel, there is an interview that I did with Brian Hawk, who is the founder of Hawk International. Um, because the main instructor, Christy, and I don't want to say her last name wrong, but I'll say Christy P. She was very instrumental in me passing the EA exam. I was able to pass all three parts on the first try. So I did an interview with her as well. That's not a video, but if you go to americasfavoriteea.com, you guys see I'm going to keep pointing you there. I did an interview with her about why she created the program and then also shared some study tips from her as well. So that's a free article on the site. So if you go to americasfavoriteea.com, and I believe the article is Who is Christy? Or it may be Study Tips with Christy. But I would definitely give that a read too. Just because she's not the founder of Hawk, but she's the creator of the content. And Passkey was highly successful before their collaboration with Hawk. So having her tips is very useful as well. And you definitely can get that done before the new tax season. Now, I may be biased, but I think if you're wanting to do anything EA exam related or start an EA firm, you need to be subscribed over at americasfavoriteea.com. So yeah, Michelle saying the same thing as me. She suggests Hawk. Um, yeah, Passkey was awesome. So if I say your name incorrectly, please forgive me. Charge my head, not my heart. So I think it's Jatin. I have cleared all three parts of my EA exam 6 months ago and would love to work with you and learn new stuff, especially representation. And thank you for doing what you do for aspiring EAs. Jatin, thank you so much. I appreciate that. When I started this, I wanted to be the person that I didn't have, but I wasn't sure what that would look like. I wasn't sure if I should do videos, if I should do articles. Right now, I'm not, and I don't know in what capacity you meant. I'm not hiring, but like I've been telling the others, most definitely, If you haven't joined yet, go to americasfavoriteea.com. Today's discussion, like I said in the beginning of this video, in the group How to Start an Enrolled Agent Firm, is all about finding clients, whether it's tax preparation or tax representation. Because, guys, guess what? The extension deadline just passed yesterday. The people with tax problems are looking for you right now because they just realized that they're going to owe again, or they owe for the first time, and they're panicked. They don't know what to do right now. They need somebody to guide them through the process. Or they just missed the deadline. They know that they're going to owe and they're scared to file. They don't know what to do. Well, in addition to filing, right, because that failure to file penalty is accruing, they need somebody to guide them through the negotiation process. That's where you come in as the expert, but they can't find you. And my question today in the group is, why can't they find you? Are you not making a big enough presence known on social media? Are you not showing up to the right events? When you are on social media and you're at events, are you showing up with intention so that people know what you do and how you can help? These are questions that we have to ask ourselves sometimes, because we'll say, well, I'm out here, I'm putting all this stuff out, and nobody's reaching out. Well, if they don't know who you are, what you do, how you help, why would they reach out to you, right? Each and every one of you guys that's staying on here right now either see me as somebody in the enrolled agent space that you aspire to be, or you see that I have a solution to a problem that you have. Right now, for some of you, that's passing the EA exam, right? And I'm able to give tips on that. I'm able to recommend study review guides. I'm not an EA coach, as people have asked me, but I can help push you in that right place, right? And once you've passed the exam, you have that license, then that's when I can help you build your business and get clients. So, Michelle, thank you for putting that in there. Fabrizio says, hi, guess what? My birthday is in 29 days. Well, happy early birthday to you. Carlos, you are very welcome. Michelle says, am I right to get an LLC, then an EFIN for the LLC instead of me as the preparer? Yes, ma'am. In my humble opinion, I'm not an attorney, so disclaimer, speak with your own attorney. From my experience and what I recommend, though, yes, ma'am. And guys, I want to keep pointing you that way. If you go to americasfavoriteea.com right now, you'll see under groups that there is How to Start an Enrolled Agent Firm, right? But there's also a tab that just says How to Start an Enrolled Agent Firm. You can put your information in there, and I will send you a checklist with the 10 things I think are a prerequisite for you to start an enrolled agent firm. But I do also believe that there is a video on here that gives you 10 things that I believe every person needs if they're starting an enrolled agent firm, just to have a solid foundation. And that is one of them. The first thing, of course, being your P10, because you have to have your preparer tax identification number to even apply for enrollment or to sit for the exam. But then I do recommend having an LLC, right? And I talk about that more in the video. I'll go deeper in the article. But I do recommend getting that checklist, Michelle. I don't know if I'm going to leave this video up or if I'm going to take it down, but I have to go get in the car rider line. Like I said, I just wanted to check in with you all. Carlos, Michelle, it was nice to meet you. Thank you, everybody else that hopped on. But I'm going to go ahead and get off. If you have any questions for me, be sure. Oh, no. Michelle, I'm going to check that out. I'm actually going to check that out before I even go get in the car, okay? Because thank you. It may have messed up, and what I'll do if it messed up, I will email it to you personally. All right. My apologies about that. But like I said, there is a video on this channel where I go in more depth about the 10 things that are on the checklist. But I will check that out. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for letting me know. So if you didn't let me know, I wouldn't be able to send it to you. But you all enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll talk with you soon. If you're new here, the weekly lives are coming back, so join me next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be going over the tech stack that you need if you're going to have an enrolled agent firm. All right, you all enjoy, and Casey, give me a minute. Let me make sure the actual checklist is on there. You can still join the email list. And if you don't get the full checklist, I will remember your name and I will send it as well. But again, Michelle, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm really out of here this time, guys. You guys have a good one.